So I've been fascinated with these buildings for years. I grew up in the town of Greece and for years passed by these buildings not knowing what they were. They looked like little castles to me, but they formed an entrance to what I knew was a beautiful cemetery. Early last year, I started looking at the gatehouses, and we went to La Bella and asked them to take a look at the buildings and see if we could renovate them, to actually make them usable for family gathering spaces, starting points for our tours, and things like that. So my board of trustees is very forward-thinking, and they gave us permission to proceed with the projects. The buildings themselves form the entry to the east side of Holy Sepulchre Cemetery. If you look past the gatehouses, right in between them you see the chapel, which was the first building really built on Holy Sepulchre's property shortly after Bishop McQuaid formed the cemetery back in 1871. They were initially built as stops for the horse-and-buggy trolley line that ran up and down Lake Avenue, and one was the men's stop and one was the women's stop. But if you look at the general architecture with respect to the buildings, there's something really special about them. You just don't see buildings like that anymore. One of the things that I felt that it was important for people to see was the beautiful architecture and how things were built back in the 1800s. So as a result, the ceiling was opened up to really give the view of what kind of work went into these buildings many, many years ago. We put restrooms in both buildings. We installed what was called a hot box so we can use the buildings year-round, which basically protected the water lines. We put in new electrical service to the building and new landscaping and a number of other things. But there were extensive renovations that went into the building to really make them usable. We're not only just preserving them, but the fact is we've made them usable so that families will be able to enjoy them after they've, in some cases, gone through a difficult time.